Now, if we look at the teaching strategies, the planned teaching strategies, you have to copy and paste from the course specifications. For example, the teaching strategies that you use, the lectures, case study, project, any teaching strategies, group discussion, you have to write them, not from your mind or opinion, just copy, paste from the planned course specifications. If you implemented this teaching strategy, for example, case study, if you implemented X, yes. If not, no. If yes, write difficulties experienced, if any, in implementation. If you faced difficulties, you can write here. If no, say you can write none, for example. But if you face difficulties, for example, about teamwork, about the references, about the implementing, about, for example, low number of students, for example, small groups, anything you faced during implementation of this teaching strategy. If you wrote here difficulty, you have to write suggested action. For the action, I prefer not to use this teaching strategy if number of students, for example, below 50. This is your suggested action. For example, you use lectures. Yes, no, or none. None. For example, you used micro project. No. None. Why you didn't implement? You can write suggested action. Why you didn't implement this micro project? For example, more time needed for lectures, for example. So this is your teaching strategies, the plan, implemented or not, difficulties, and suggested action. Now, the activities or assessment methods that you used. Activities, planned assessment methods from where? From or also the course specifications. For example, regular exams. Example, first, second, final. Were they implemented? Yes. Difficulties? None. None. Oh no, as well. Home work implemented? Yes. Difficulties? some of submitted homework were copied and paste. Suggest action: more attention should be given when for example the home work, for example, or giving different input data for the same home. Okay, and you can fill if there were any other planned activities or assessment methods. Now, verification of credibility of students' results. The verification after assessment, you already corrected the exams. You have results for exams or homework. Mainly, we are talking about how did you verify, or the method that you used to verify that your results they are correct, or they were correct. For example, blackboard used for verification some results. For example, can say an instructor checked the final exam some and for the correction procedure. I just want to mention here that the methods of verification, they are clear and approved by the department or by the quality committee in the department. So should be at least 1, 2, or 3 methods to verify that the instructor checked the students' results and they are correct, and the approved methods are used. And the conclusion is, for example, if this checked by instructor or by reviewer, the conclusion should be written here. For example, there is a committee, for example, exam committee, that checked the final exam sum and said, for example, found error sum in 2 exam sheets, for example. I'm writing, so, or you can write, for example, no errors. Check the results. This should be written, and this is for this method of verification. Of course, it should be documented, and the committee should document this issue because it is as an evidence for future accreditation. Now, recommendations. You see, if we go back to the first, what you are reading here, the course identification. If we are talking about one section, the first one, as you see, and these are the other sections, we can write only for this section, and we have 3 course reports. We have contact hours and topics covered or not covered. We have teaching strategies, we have activities, assessment methods, and after all of this we verified our results. So now the implementation is completed. After that we are talking only about results. We will analyze and check, analyze the results and make actions and recommendations. In this field we have to write recommendations regarding all the 5 subtopics before. If I face problem in delivery, I will write why I have actual 42, not 45. What I have to recommend. If I want to recommend, if there's nothing to recommend, you can make it. You can write nothing about this. The topic covered. What is the compensation you will do? The teaching strategy. Do you have any recommendations for assessment methods or for verification? You write this here, your recommendation. For example, I will write recommendation about the delivery of the course. For example, compensating of the topic DC circuit design should be implemented, for example, on the first week in the next semester. If you want to be sure that this topic will be compensated, or any other recommendations, for example, verification methods used should be automated using software, for example. You can write anything. Teaching strategies. Teaching strategies are not enough. For example, we need to for example, to remove micro project and adding, for example, group discussion, for example. So this is your recommendations. It doesn't mean that they will change the teaching strategies or they will provide you with the software for verification, but this is your recommendation and this is good. These recommendations should be based on the implementation of course specifications. This is based on your results, based on your observations during the semester. For example, you see that maybe students, for example, need special